Good morning, 7th graders. This is your lesson video for 6.2.6. This is cases with infinite or no solutions. So even though this sounds really crazy, it's actually not, and it should be pretty simple to understand. So over the past couple weeks, we've been working on equations where there's one solution for x equals -2, or x equals 3, or x equals 0. And so now we're going to look at what happens when we have these special cases where x doesn't equal just one thing. It could either equal nothing at all. We won't have a solution, or we could have infinitely many solutions, meaning that any number will work for x. So we're going to look at two problems today so that we could see those two different types of situations. So I would like you to look at 6-18. And we're going to look at this equation first. So I'm going to pull up my iPad. So this is what I've been writing in my notebook. So this is for 6-118 part A. And this is what you will write in your notebook as well. So we're looking at this equation, 8 plus x plus -5, equals -4 plus x plus 7. And the first thing that they ask you to do is to build the equation on your equation mat using algebra tiles and simplify it as much as possible. And then be sure that you're recording your steps and what you've done. So I'm going to have you click on this algebra tile link. That's going to take you to the algebra tiles. I'm going to have you pause the video and then unpause it when you have this built on the mat. So go ahead and pause. And you should have built something like this. Okay, so this is showing let me pull up my screen again. So this is showing 8, positive 8, plus x plus -5 equals -4 plus x plus 7. So we're going to simplify this. So the obvious first step would be to get rid of 0 pairs. So we have 4 0 pairs. Oops, stop it. 4 0 pairs on this side. Ooh, look at that. Highlighted it perfectly. So those we can get rid of. I'm going to record that in my notebook. So that turned into x plus 3 because we got rid of 0 pairs. And then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 pairs that we can get rid of. And we're left with x plus 3. So I'm going to record that in my notebook. So x plus 3 over here. So now you're starting to see something funny is happening. Okay, because then if we do balanced sets or we add the opposite, like if I add the opposite of the 3's, then that turns into x equals x. And technically, we can also add the opposite of x, and that would leave us with 0 equals 0. So this is a special type of solution. If you end up with x equals x, and they're completely balanced, like there's nothing else, it's just x equals x, then that leaves us with infinite solutions. Because that means that x can equal any number and it will work. So if you plug in 2, if we use 2 for x, it will work. Okay, and let me show you what I mean. Okay, so if I plug in 2, then that would be 8 plus 2 plus -5 equals -4 plus 2 plus 7. So that would leave me with 10 plus -5 equals -2 plus 7, which leaves me with 5 equals 5, and it balances and checks. Trust me, if you plug in any number for x, it will work. So this is infinite solutions when you get x equals x at the end, okay? So the other type of special case that we're going to look at is probably going to be no solution. So let me show you what that looks like. So same thing, we're going to build this equation. So I'm going to write it in my notebook, and then I'll give you a second to pull it up with the algebra tiles. So this is this is 6-119, problem A. And our equation is x plus 2 equals 2x. And I will have you pause the video and build that on your mat. So go ahead and pause. Okay, so you should have built something like this. So we have x plus 2 equals 2x. Okay, so we're going to simplify it the same way that we did the last one. So we don't have any zero pairs, but we can combine like terms on mat A. So that would look like 2x plus 2 equals 2x. And we have balance sets, so let's get rid of those. We'll highlight these, take them off. And then what do we get? 2 equals 0. But wait a second, 2 doesn't equal 0. That can't happen. No. So if you get something where you've done all of your legal moves and you end up with something like 2 equals 0, or something where the x's are eliminated and it's something where it doesn't make sense because we know that 2 does not equal 0, this is no solution. So that means that x can't be anything because it won't work. So those are two special cases: infinitely many solutions and no solutions. So what you're going to be doing for your homework problem for today, which is 6-120, you have 6 equations here, and you're going to solve them, by building them, writing down your work, and then identifying if there's one solution, if there's infinitely many solutions, or if there's no solution. Okay? If you have any questions, please set up an appointment with me and I will be happy to help you guys. Have a great Monday. Bye.